Welcome to a new episode of EY India Insights podcast on Gateway to Data Protection and Privacy series. I'm Pallavi, your host, and today we delve into the evolving landscape of data security challenges in the fintech sector. Joining us is the esteemed guest Aniket Bhosle, our cyber consulting partner at EY. Aniket's expertise spans vital domains including payment security teams, secure architecture, and innovative IT security services. He skillfully analyzes risk factors, designing secure architectures for diverse businesses. With 14 years of experience, Aniket optimizes security operations, enhances customer data protection with his understanding of finance technology intersection. Welcome to our podcast, Aniket.
Thanks, Pallavi. Pleasure to be here and share my thoughts with you.
Thank you. To dive right into our discussion, Aniket, fintechs have become ubiquitous to banks, insurance companies, and NBFCs, but they are also facing data challenges. Could you let us know the current data security challenges faced by fintechs?
Sure, thanks, Pallavi. Fintechs have opened up numerous possibilities to enable the growth of the financial services sector, not just in India, but globally as well, right? Today, if you look at some of the leading banks or NBFCs in our country, they will typically have more than one fintech partner that they work back with. Now, what this has done is that it has opened up the technical perimeter of these organizations to the fintechs and is interdependent on the fintech security practices as well. Now, as this perimeter opens up, data flows in and out of the fintech setup seamlessly without even the end customer knowing where the data is in most cases. Now, depending on the hosting model provided by the fintech, the data security and in general the security challenges that emerge, right, will vary depending on the relationships. So right from data discoverability and knowing what data flows where is one of the primary challenges. Data protection, if you look at this subject, now whether it is about classifying the data or encrypting the data elements or even tokenizing them, it is one of the challenges that needs to be addressed. For a fintech, this is a complex as different organizations that they cater to. Now, each of these organizations may come up with their own different policies and control requirements, right? Now, sharing of encryption key was yet another area which was a challenge for the fintechs and particularly the banks. But in the recent past, some of the fintechs have gone ahead and started providing access to the keys or using the client's key for encrypting the data. Right now, these are some of the challenges and the ways in which fintechs are dealing with it.
Thank you for outlining those challenges, Aniket. Adding to that previous question, lending fintechs have gathered a lot of data from consumers. Could you let us know how safe is this data generally?
The account aggregator ecosystem of our country and initiatives like Open Credit Enablement Network or OCEN, these are changing the way in which credit is being given out, right? The kind of data enabled decisions that some of the fintechs take is perhaps as good or even more powerful than what credit rating agencies in the country have, right? Now, there are regulations preventing storage and misuse of this data. So there are guardrails in place, but what I've seen is this practices need to be sustained on an ongoing basis, right? Typically, whenever there is a new security initiative, it is implemented with great rigor, right? But ongoing sustenance and refresh of the program is where things begin to come apart. So your data is as safe as the ongoing sustenance practices of this fintechs.
Thank you for emphasizing the importance on the data safety measures. Our next question is, does the use of SaaS-based application increase our cybersecurity risk?
So first and foremost, software as a service or SaaS-based applications definitely bring in a lot of benefits of faster go live times, being cost effective, and lesser overhead in terms of developing and managing the tech stack. and just leaving it to the domain experts, right? But with every new application that you are adding in, it is going to increase the attack surface. Now, whether you host it within your enterprise or in a fintech, this is definitely increasing the attack surface. So diligence is required on the security practices of the fintechs. Now, depending on the arrangement, it could either be an independent assurance that you are obtaining, as is the practice generally, or the organizations do a review themselves on the security practices. So far we've spoken about, one organization, either a bank or an NBFC working with one or more fintechs, right? But when you look at it from a fintech's perspective, they are working back with many financial services organizations in the country, right? Now, if there is a flaw in one of their applications, unfortunately, there could be a systemic risk that is introduced, right? Now, imagine if there is a breach at a fintech and the malicious code is injected in one of their applications, right? This is going to cause a major risk to the financial services ecosystem. So diligence is required beyond the usual point in time vulnerability assessment requirements, that the industry is used to. Now, controls around code management or identity access management, change management also need to be looked at, right? Practices like obtaining, SOC 2 assurance or even ISO 27001 certificates of this fintechs should, is what the fintech should also look at to increase their clients' confidence in their, technology risk and cybersecurity practices.
Thank you for addressing that concern, Aniket. Lastly, our question is, could you enlighten us on the current regulations related to the data that fintechs need to consider?
So today, fintechs in the country are not directly regulated. There are regulations that are being passed upon to them by their clients, which could be a bank or an NBFC, right? So there are regulations like the one around data localization, and then you have aspects of card data tokenization, right? Which ultimately have to be implemented at a data limit level by the fintechs. Now, if you look at the card data tokenization specifically, right, it is definitely having a benefit to us as customers from a security standpoint, and then also limiting the cost of compliance for the entire ecosystem. Now, initially, there were challenges in implementing these regulations, but gradually, I believe we are reaching a steady state. Right now, the fintechs have to live through this journey as well, right? And with their security practices, they have to make sure that they are understanding, interpreting, and staying in close touch with their clients to understand how some of these nuances are to be implemented, right? The DPDP bill is something that will have to be tracked very closely by the fintechs as well. Fintechs will largely be data processors in the data privacy context. Now, the challenge will arise if there is a room for interpretation, right? And different clients of this fintechs will come up with their own interpretation and, different control requirements. So that is something which the fintechs will have to keep in mind. The Reserve Bank of India is also exploring regulation of fintech entities, right? So when that comes in, investments will be required to both implement compliance and then also to demonstrate compliance on an ongoing basis.
Thank you, Aniket, for sharing all those insights with us and sparing the time to let us know the data security challenges in the fintech sector.
Thank you so much, Pallavi. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. On that note, we come to end of this episode. And if you would like us to explore other such topics on data security and privacy, please do leave us some suggestions that you would like us to deep dive into. Thanks for listening in, and goodbye for now.